Welcome to a Dream Team session brought to you by the Sir Peter Plate Trust. Now, these sessions feature inspiring Kiwis who want to encourage Kiwi kids to follow their dreams and make them happen. Today we have Parris Goebel in the studio. She's a dancer, choreographer, three-time world hip-hop dance champion with a dance crew, the Royal Family. And Parris is one of the most sought-after choreographers in the world. She's worked with some of the biggest names in music. That's Jennifer Lopez, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, Justin Bieber, you name it. Parris, it's so great to have you here in the studio. Welcome.
Hi.
Now, you know the audience that we're talking to and talking about. What were you like at school?
What was I like at school? Very unenthusiastic. Yeah, to be honest, I definitely was good fun, but was known for being either late or not present. Not good.
You're not setting a good example here. But was that because you had your own thing going on?
No, I just wasn't interested in school. I guess the subjects that I was taking didn't fuel my desire for dance. So yeah, I just really wanted to dance. So anything that didn't have to do with dance, I just wasn't interested in.
And so you started with going to hip-hop classes, I think at the age of 10, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And did you know then that this is what you wanted to do?
Yeah, definitely. I just remember taking class and just lighting up and just remembering, I just remember feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed, I'm in love, and this is what I want to do when I'm older, so yeah. So
when did you know, was there a moment that you think, actually, I'm pretty good at this? Or had you always been good at dancing?
No, I mean, I never was the best. I just was always the girl who went hard out, was just going 110%. But I remember taking some classes when I flew over to America, and I just wasn't the best. I actually really struggled in those classes, and I kind of had that feeling of oh my gosh, I have a lot of work to do if I want to succeed in this, in this area. And then, yeah, I don't know, I just worked really hard, yeah.
Because it's not what you'd call a traditional pathway, is it? I mean, you don't go to university to learn how to be a hip-hop dancer, do you, or to be a choreographer. Mm-hmm. So, but in your own mind, did you see that as a way of going forward, as something that you wanted to do?
You mean going to uni?
As a professional dancer.
What do you mean, sorry?
Did you, I mean, even though it's not, people don't say do you want to be a dancer when you leave school, did you know then that that's exactly what you wanted to do? Did you think this is what I want a career in? Yeah,
definitely. I knew I was going to do something in performing arts, because I loved to perform. When I was younger, I was still a lot more into drama and singing. So it's anything in performing arts, I just knew I was going to do something like that. And I guess the older I got, the more I danced, the more I knew that that's what I was born to do.
What were people around you like? Were they supportive of this dream?
My family was really, really supportive, especially my dad. If there's anyone that follows my story, they know my dad is my number one supporter, which is just awesome. Yeah. But I would say anytime I kind of talked to someone about becoming a dancer or being a backup dancer or anything like that, I definitely felt that kind of that energy, oh, good luck with that, just.
They're a bit sceptical about it.
Of course, yeah. I could feel people would be like, oh yeah, that's cool. But me, this girl from New Zealand, talking to other Kiwis about becoming an international professional dancer, it wasn't a thing when I was growing up. So it seemed a bit of a joke, I guess.
And so how do you make those steps? How do you get to that place and become a world champion?
You mean for me or people at home?
For you.
For me? Oh, how I did?
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy because obviously, it's been a really, really long journey. And I guess people at home that kind of follow my journey, it looks like it kind of just happened. But for me, it was all, I left school when I was 15, and all I wanted to do was dance. All I wanted to do. So that's when my dream was really kind of within me, and I was really passionate, and I had tunnel vision. So from 15 till now, I guess, the internet played a huge part in in my career. So I was able to share my work on YouTube, and that's kind of where my first break came from. That's when JLo saw me, was on YouTube, and then once I got that phone call, it was just like the doors kept on opening. So I guess I'm really, really grateful for the internet.
Can you just tell me what is that like when you get that phone call from JLo?
Well, I definitely cried. I definitely cried, like, intensely. And it's a really cool feeling. It's pretty surreal. And I guess it's anything kind of like that you dream of and then it actually happens. It does feel surreal until, I think, years later, and then you kind of like realize that it happened. But all in the time, it's just very much like, is this happening? Is this real? And it's hard to kind of take it all in.
For such a long time, I guess kids in New Zealand have felt like we're so tucked away in a corner of the world, you know, no one notices us. But with things like the internet, as you're saying, and YouTube, it's all changed now, hasn't it? So if you do have that dream, if you have a performing dream, it's easy now to get that stuff out there, isn't it?
Oh, I think it's the time now. Like, this is the time. If you have a dream and you're not quite sure who can give you the opportunity, it's your time to actually create the opportunity yourself. And it's just like the world we live in now. And I think a lot of people have their opinions. Some people think it's good, some people think it's bad, but I personally think it's a great time for our youth to create your own path. It's actually quite special, and the things that we can do with internet and social media, you can now market yourself. You can actually put yourself out there and get your own jobs. And I think if our youth are smart with it, they can really just take themselves from, you know, small New Zealand to an international level.
Because I know you base yourself in LA quite a lot now, don't you? But
yeah.
But do you find being a Kiwi makes you slightly different over there? Is it something that helps you?
I definitely think so. I think it always has, and I think at times I was like, you know, what makes me different? Like, I would just think like you know, these artists could book anyone in America, and obviously it's cheaper as well. Like, why do they want to fly me over? Why? I would always think, why me? And then I guess the older I got, the more I kind of thought about, you know, everything has played a part in my journey from being where I'm from being Polynesian to also being a female in this industry. Like, there's so many factors that have helped me actually to be more unique and to have something different.
What are the qualities that you need to do something like what you've done?
Definitely just being a doer, I would say, has been one of the biggest things that have helped me succeed, is just being a doer, like doing it. And a lot of people, I think they think about it or they wish or they have an idea. But for me, I had just a small dream, and I didn't have the most talent, but I had a drive, and nothing was going to stop me. So, you know, no matter, you know, there were so many things I think that could have stopped me to be where I am today, and a lot of excuses that could have come up, but I just became the kind of girl that would just do it. And if someone else couldn't help me, I would do that job as well. And I ended up doing 20 jobs, but I just wanted to get it done, or I just wanted to do it. So I think being a doer is a big thing for our youth to become. Just doing it yourself. And
the other thing too is that, I mean, your work is so original, isn't it? And I guess it's, don't be afraid to be you and to trust in your own ideas.
Yeah, definitely. Just being able to have that confidence in doing something different or standing out, or I think maybe where people get it wrong is, you know, when people are looking for new talent or fresh talent, I think they don't realise they're actually looking for something different and for something new and something refreshing. So I think that the quicker that you can really grasp onto whatever it is that makes you different, then you're going to see like you really fly and just bloom as an artist or whatever it is you want to do, instead of copying everyone else or what's cool.
Well, you've certainly thrived and you've certainly bloomed. What's next?
What's next? Well, actually, I'm getting a lot more into directing now, so that's been amazing, doing commercials and video clips. So eventually, hopefully next year, I want to do my own dance film. That's been like a really, really big dream of mine. right now I'm actually working on my own book, and it's kind of just me sharing my story and lessons that I've learned and hope to inspire and help other people, you know, that have a dream as well. Yeah, and just lots of different things. I'm excited.
Well, thank you so much. I'm sure you've inspired and helped lots of kids out there who are watching this at the moment. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, for our viewers at home and school, it's your turn to share your dreams, both for yourself and New Zealand. Go to dreambank.co.nz and you could win great prizes too. Writing your dream down is the very first step towards achieving it. Now, remember to check out our other Dream Team sessions with incredible Kiwis at sirpeterblaketrust.org.